Hey gang, Scott Davenport here. Welcome to In the Field. Thanks for joining me today. Well, today's video, this is kind of an interesting one. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't get in the car. I stepped outside my front door and did a field shoot. And what prompted this was one of the episodes of my podcast, the Stop Down Photography Podcast, talking about embracing constraints and how that can be a creative spark for your photography. And one of the exercises I talk about in that podcast is standing in one spot and finding 10 unique photos. And so I tried this again. I've done this exercise before, but I tried it this time just right outside my front door in a courtyard. Well, let me get you out there. I'll show you the rundown of what I did, and you'll see a handful of the photos that I came away with. So I'm in the courtyard just outside my front door, so no mask. I'm in the confines of my own home. And the challenge is to make 10 unique photos without moving. Right, so I'll be able, I should say without moving, without walking around. I'm going to stand in one spot, and the rules are I can use a zoom lens, so I can zoom in and out. I can change any of the camera settings that I want. I can crouch down. I can stand up high. I can raise the camera, but I cannot walk forward and backward. I can turn to the side, I can rotate around, shoot this way, shoot that way, and come up with 10 unique photos in this confined space, which is maybe an 8 by 12 area. So it's not very large. So I'm gonna get a little box drawn on the pavers here to keep myself honest, and then get started. Oh, something I can do is think like a crop sensor, and I can zoom in at 70. I'm using a 24 to 70 and only worry about what's in the center of the frame. Exposure compensation on that. Boy, everything in my courtyard is at a very awkward level. Let's try 16. Maybe get a little starburst happening through there. This will be a great test for some perspective correction for sure on that one. Let's see how many I've got in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unique, maybe 7. And I'm starting to run a little dry. So let's see, I got 3 more. Maybe I can look for some more abstracts, some more texture, things like that. I have to review that one. That completely missed. And you thought it'd be quiet, and the air conditioning unit kicks off. Man, I'd like to be in that air conditioning right now. I think I've got my 10. This was definitely a challenge. I found that going tighter on things was working well. Shallower depths of field to help out. 1 or 2 that I'm really curious to see what it looked like is when I got very, very low and just thinking abstract and going with the patterns that are in the paver here. But yeah, maybe this is an exercise you can try. Give this a shot. You can do it anywhere. Like I said, standing right outside my front door, literally outside my front door, and just make yourself think about shapes, about form, trying to find different photos. I think that's going to conclude the field portion of this. I'll get these back in the machine, see how they turned out. So this was pretty interesting to do, and it reminded me that you can find photographs to make pretty much wherever you are. They may not be the grand epic landscape, but as a still photo themselves, they can be interesting. They can be thought-provoking or just pleasing to look at. So I hope you found this interesting. I hope you are continuing to find health and safety. If you're in an area of the planet that you're not allowed to get out and walk around as much, this may give you one thing that you can do and keep the creative juices of your photography flowing. If you like this kind of thing and you're looking for something a little different than a lot of the how to do things or technique or processing that I do on this channel, check out the Stop Down Photography podcast. It's much more about the creative side of things, maybe more philosophical. I don't want to sound too heavy. But, give the show a shot. I'll put a link in the show notes. There's a website. If you don't do podcasts, you can watch it in a browser. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.